This is a really bad stretch for the New York Yankees. The Yankees already without Garrett Cole. The Yankees with 5 pitchers already on the disabled list are now saying that Giancarlo Stanton may need surgery on both of his elbows for either ligaments or bone chips. Evidently, the report out of New York is Stanton, longtime home run hitter with the Marlins and the Yankees, though he's had a lot of injury problems of late. Stanton tried some new regimens in the offseason using leaded bats to swing and may have damaged both of his elbows with these heavy leaded bats. Now, I don't know who advised him. Why would you do this? If you're going to change your training regimen, usually you confer with trainers and coaches and club officials before you do anything radical. This is radical. That's like pitchers using these heavy weight balls to throw to strengthen their arms, but they hurt their shoulders.
Well, Trevor Bauer is a big proponent of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is crazy.
He's damaged both of his elbows to the point the Yankees fear he may have. He's had 3 plasma platelet injections in both elbows, and it hasn't helped, that they may have to go in and do either ligament repair or clean up for something he tried experimentally with leaded bats. That's hard to believe.
It's like, we can rebuild him. He's like RoboCop or Darth Vader or the Borg. They're going to be a machine built into the human body.
Okay, so bad news, Yankees, as they get ready to open. This is terrible news for the White Sox. The White Sox, 121 losses last season. They lost the cornerstone pitcher who came in the Dylan Cease trade. Drew Thorpe, another elbow surgery. This is a full-blown Tommy John surgery. He's gone till the middle of 2016. He got there, got hurt, tried to pitch through it. It got worse. Did all the offseason rehab. Tries to throw, doesn't get through an inning in spring training, re-injures it. Now there's a tear in the UCL. Gone. Terrible story for the White Sox. Giants may be ready to open the season, but the Giants aren't ready to open the season. They got all types of injuries. Sung-Ho Lee, star young outfielder from Japan who missed most of last season injuries.
Yeah.
He may have a fracture in his back. He's had cortisone shots. They don't know whether it's a series of damaged discs or it's some type of fracture in the spine. He's not made progress. Does not look like he's going to open the season. And Gerard and Encarnacion, who had a pretty good rookie year last season, surgery, fractured finger. So the Giants are now down at least 2 guys to start their season that they were hoping were going to be catalysts to help them kind of bounce back. They were 2 of their better younger players. Tampa Bay, you get hurt. You do the rehab, you come back, and you get hurt again. Ace of the staff, Shane McClanahan, gone indefinitely, 60-day DL, re-injures his tricep. He was their innings horse last year. The first half of the season, he was phenomenal up to the All-Star break and totally broke down. Now he's broken down again with the same injury, terrible injury in Tampa Bay. And Baltimore, bad news on one front. Superstar shortstop Gunnar Henderson has re-injured the oblique. He's starting the season on the disabled list again. Orioles need pitching depth. They signed Kyle Gibson, ex-St. Louis Cardinal right-hander. He's probably the last free agent that was available. And suddenly Baltimore's potential doesn't look as good as you would thought based on what we saw last year, because Gunnar Henderson, home run hitting shortstop, is not there. So a lot of negative injury news, but you got to report what's out there.
I don't think the White Sox are going to make any more deals with the Padres.
Oh.
It hasn't worked out for them. But I remember seeing Drew Thorpe for that brief time he was with the Padres at spring training last year. Yeah, it was last year. And he looked really good, but he was throwing a lot of, mid 80s, a lot of breaking stuff. And so, there goes the arm. It's the epidemic. We've talked about that a number of times. But I just remember as a kid, you'd see the football players who get injured. You understood that, even basketball. But you always wonder, how did baseball players get hurt so much? Because it doesn't seem like they're pushing their body as much as the other athletes.
Well, the other athletes is a contact sport in the NFL, so you expect that. But in baseball, this spins back. The new byword this season in spring training was oblique. There's a ton of guys on the DL with oblique injuries. But this is the end result, John, of these guys who train 11 months of the year, and they're big and they're physical and they're powerful, etc. And these guys get in batting cages trying to hit home runs and put the ball in play with much more powerful swings because their body's bigger. Now that they're pulling rib cage muscles and obliques, and obliques take forever to recover from. And then, of course, you got the complexities of Tommy John surgery, and you got these guys trying to throw 101 miles an hour and let it rip max effort every pitch, every time they're out. And these guys are blowing out their elbows. We have now had, through spring training, because I keep track of this stuff, there have been 10 elbow surgeries in 6 weeks in spring training, obviously led by the big name Garrett Cole.
Wow. I mean, it's an epidemic. I mean, it really is. I don't know how you address it because there's so much money on the table. People are going to do whatever it takes to get that cash and all that fame.
So that's the latest from my baseball notebook. And don't forget Thursday at 1:30, baseball preview will break down each of the teams and the divisional races. Let's go from